Okay. Okay, hold on. I had to go all the way to Alabama. Street. Yeah. Don't ask me where I am or what time is it. I don't know. The time is now, the place is here. It's actually 10:15. I'll put any other information in there. I had to go all the way to Alabama. I mean, I did the Google Map thing and I thought I figured out some kind of route. I had to go all the way. Whew. It was going there. Needless to say, coming back, I did not go all the way to Alabama. Once I got to CVS, I did a couple of laps around the parking lot. Yeah, that was good. I was good for that. I see why people have to go to skateboard parks. You know, once you know what you're doing, and I'm sure it's nothing, but when you're sweating it out, that's a long workout. The only plus side of that is this is more feasible. This is more feasible because of the weight of the thing, not necessarily the size, since you have it back home. CVS did not have normal size bags. It only offers these little itty bitty bag things. So I tied to the ends and just stuck it in my tote bag. This larger one, which I use to get essentials, which is good because when you're coming, getting off a red eye and for whatever reason you can't get a lift thing or whatever, and you need to in the middle of the night, and yeah, this is always, you always need this and soap if you were brought up in this country anyway. I don't know. Because some of the bathrooms I've seen abroad, I'm getting the indication that they don't use either in some places. So anyway, yeah, you go to your CVS in the middle of the night, coming from the airport, you need this and soap, okay? Everything else is optional. Well, I guess water is good too. Who am I kidding? And coffee. Everything else is optional. Okay, what else did I get? Okay, so there's your number one list. Toilet paper, soap, water, and coffee. Not necessarily in that order, but definitely it has those 4 items. I also got this mounting putty. I may sell this long. If you're in a hostel, they don't want you marking up their place with, putting scotch tape or whatever. So this is not going to leave anything behind. This is mounting putty. Holds up to 1 pound. Wow, really? Holds up to 1 pound. Removable for photos, posters, and decorations. Directions: clean and dry surface. Pull off desired amount of putty. Important, use 4 tabs per quarter pound of weight. Okay. Roll and knead until soft and warm. Place on object to be fastened and press firmly. Important, test first on absorbent surfaces. May leave a slight oily spot, not recommended for use on flocked or loose wallpaper and on peeling or fresh paint. Liability is limited to replacement of product to the original purchaser. Anyway, on most surfaces, it's not going to leave any mark. So, Holds up to a pound. I didn't know that. That's impressive. Anyway, this is mounting putty. This is what I'm going to use for the map. Probably put it right in the map right there. Yeah. CVS, the one over here, just only has these little itty bitty plastic things. So I just tied it to both ends and stuck it in my tote bag. I broke in the protection gear. Excuse me. And no, I don't mean I fell. I mean I just, sweat in the darn things. Actually, the knee thing, you don't need to actually, I guess it depends on if you have pants on or if you're wearing something baggy. I mean, you can put your leg through this if you like, but if you're wearing long pants, you probably won't want to, and you don't have to because you also have these straps. You just put that over the knee. You don't have to put your leg through this. Of course, if for whatever reason it doesn't hold well enough, you can always stick your leg through that. But yeah, no, you just use the Velcro straps and wrap that around. You don't have to put your leg through it. So you get. Oh, I noticed last time that I didn't straighten out the shirt. You get one of these. Can you see this thing? All right, you just you use the Velcro straps to. You don't have to put your leg through it, and just take it off. That's it. All right. Anyway, the elbow pads, I went ahead and put my arm through it, but the same thing applied. I guess if you're wearing a jacket or a sweater or a coat or whatever, you would also use the Velcro. You would also use the Velcro on that. I mean, I suppose you could do it anyway, just especially if it's a very hot day and it's just, this is definitely airier. But if you don't feel that secure enough, you can go ahead and stick your arm through the thing and fasten it, because you're going to have this thing dangling all over the place anyway. But yeah, you're going to sweat in it. So if it's a warm day, you still may not want to do all that. Whatever. Anyway, you don't have to put your arm or leg through any of this stuff. You can just use the straps. And the warmer the day, the more you're going to want to put it on like that. So I broke in my protective gear. I put this through practical application. And yeah, you're still going to be picking this thing up, but there's a big difference between picking this thing up and throwing it down than picking up a hoverboard and throwing it down every other minute. So, yeah, if you haven't been on any of these things and the surface area you're riding on is unpredictable, definitely start with the skateboard. I mean, hope springs eternal. If your country decides it wants to spend some money on infrastructure and actually keeps the roads fixed and maintains its sidewalk area, then you might be able to use a hoverboard where you're at. Otherwise, you're going to have to go with a skateboard. But yeah, you probably will have to find a smooth path. once I got to CVS, like I said, I did a couple of laps around the parking lot, but I can imagine that they don't want a bunch of people gathering in their parking lot to practice their skateboard skills. So we probably have to find a park. I did pass one up there, so I know the closest park now. There's one on the other side though. Anyway, I found the closest park today. So, yeah, I do know where to go to practice. I found out I'm going to have to go all the way to Alabama if I actually want to avoid this thing, which is fine the first way over there, but coming back, yeah. Until I actually... But for what this is meant for, if my e-bike breaks down, and I'm just trying to get a Lyft driver to pick me up from, because my payment thing, for whatever reason, isn't being accepted. I only have to get there. Then they should be taking me to wherever I'm taking me to work or the airport or whatever. So, yeah. I'm not quite sure what my purpose is in recording this, but yeah, I guess I had to finish that previous video. So yeah, it's not so easy to get around it. I actually went on the other side to try to, and there's a poor, I don't know who lives in that building, but they cannot be paying too much rent because no one's going to pay to be in that weird little corner. Right? Anyway, I tried to get around. I was not successful. Okay, so there's no reasonable amount of distance, at least going back through it. So I had just basically had to walk in the middle of the road with oncoming traffic, so I wouldn't be stepping over people's tents and whatnots, and to get to the other side of the bridge. Incredible. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a CVS on the next week. I'll be doing this, looking for another CVS, because holy moly, it ain't worth the effort of it. Even if I just do this for practice a couple of times a week, it's just, no, I'll be looking for something on the other side. But that still may be the best approach in the case of an emergency or whatever. But I don't intend to come back that way. I intend to be, on a, I intend to have a Lyft driver pick me up, all right? Because that's one way is enough of a workout. So next week I'll be on the other side of the bridge. I'm staying on this side of the bridge, I guess is the way to say that. Yeah. This is Houston. 10:28 a.m. August 28th, 2021. Talk to you later, YouTubers.